We have Cashmere on EU with Retag, Vito, King Fluby, Raccoon, and Sean. And then Bangbus will be on NRF with Ron Tally, Duke, Julio, Turtle, and Tiny. Looks like I'll have to update Julio's name later. But let's first jump straight into the action as we have all the players lined up. Now let's take a look at the guns, obviously. We see Duke playing with an L96A1, a fairly interesting pick. Most people don't really dare to go for it because the move shot's a little bit iffy. Most people indeed choose for the FRF2, which Duke also had, or the M40, as we see Sean play with now. But for the rest, mostly DMACO's AK-12s, and of course AK-47s. And yeah, Ron is playing with serious guns, so this is going to be a serious match, that's what we know. Meanwhile, we see Tiny get the opening frag onto Vito as Raccoon is already waiting here. Oh, he finds Tiny. Might find a second onto Duke. But he will not, as he sees Duke hitting him. And then Ron finishing the kill off. Now King Ruby will want to move in. Tries to wallbang a little bit, but Duke is not anywhere close there. Meanwhile, we see Retech find Turtle. Oh, Sean finds Duke. From the window, it's a 3v2 situation in Cashmere's favor. It's now 2-all again, but Sean immediately finds Julio. I won't be looking again to hopefully find Ron. We'll find Ron. 3k Sean. First round going to Cashmere. We start off quick, and that's how we like it. But this is definitely not the best start for Bangbus. I mean, as we said, this is an NRF-sided map, so losing the first round immediately is pretty much, well, I guess a bust in the face, you could say. It's definitely not helping them out. They'll really have to push for this one. And with Vito making the opening frag up onto Duke, immediately taking down the scope, it's not looking good for them. Vito's trying to bino his way through to the one side with all that smoke coming out there. We'll now check his left, where Ron Tally will be the only player defending one side. Let's move over to Ron. He's gonna get pushed out shortly as we first see Tiny battle in mid. Will run away, but Vito has already pushed up so far. Ron gets shut off by Sean. This first round is definitely not looking good. Well, the second round already too. Julio will find Vito, but we still have Retech in the mid. Julio will find King Fluby. Has to push on. But yeah, Retech is playing smart here. He's waiting long enough. Ah, but he misses his pre-fire, so we will get caught off. This should be the push for Julio, but both players are in the tunnel. And Raccoon is watching the back here, with Sean being in front. He also has the nade there. Oh, but he's gonna throw the nade. This is gonna be a time. We see God pushing in. There's no time left. We see Raccoon running away and still securing the round. It was a very close one. But that nade on Julio was dead on. And round 2 also going to Cashmere. They already have their minimum rounds that they really want to get on attack. Quite a disastrous start for Bangbus, as you could say. How will they go on? Let's keep an eye on Tiny as he's now playing with the AK-47. The first couple of rounds didn't go too well with the AK-12. At least not enough for our Tiny. Not really a Tiny man though, as he gets the smoke shot onto Vito. Wants to go for a second. Sees Julio sealing that kill away, but it helps enough as it's now a 3v3 situation. But the 2 pushes coming out. We still have Turtle being here in the smoke, trying to ninja his way in. This could be good because nobody's gonna expect Turtle to be there. He will now peek out, finds King Fluby, knows that there's another player on side, will exactly know where he is. Now they also know where Sean is, so all players have been found. Look at that, Julio just jumps in, gets the kill. Needs to get a second. Sean finds him. Oh, Sean also finds the third. For now, Cashmere seems unstoppable as they also take round number 3. But look at that, Sean going 9-in-1. Absolutely carrying for Cashmere at this point. But what a disastrous start for Bangbus. Let's keep our eyes on Retech. Hasn't been able to get too many kills so far yet. Finding 2 kills, 2 assists, and 3 deaths for now. Oh, but look at that. Sean, he's still going strong. Meanwhile, on 11, as he wants to go for a wallbang on Tiny before rotating finally. Look at that, 11-in-1. This is only round 4, guys. look at that. Retech finds Julio. Now Turtle will have to hold him off. Shooting through the smoke will only find Raccoon. Pistol coming out, but King Fluby will shut him down with 1 HP. Now it's all on Tiny. Tiny will be coming in from behind. I think Sean will be watching that in a bit. Well, Sean is already up here. Yeah, he will find the kill. Tiny contesting there a little bit too long. And that's 4-0 to Cashmere. How much of an impact can one substitute player have? I mean, we see Duke coming in for Bimbo King. And suddenly it's 4-0. Because, well, I think this also matters. There's only one shot that Duke was able to hit, and that was in the first round. This shot getting tanked on Vito. We all see Ron finally doing something back at one, shutting down any possible pushes coming out there from Cashmere. So it will not really happen there. Duke will have to watch the mid before switching over to the L96. Really seems to like that gun, even though most people don't use it. He's now watching the mid, waiting for anyone to come around that corner. People are ready to come around that corner. We have Dallas and Raccoon there. Coming around now. Oh, Duke missing a shot. You cannot do that, because at this point they will try to move into the blue room. Let's go back to Duke. Here's them coming into the blue room. Won't get shot down with a headshot from Retech. Bangbus still does something back to 2v4. Oh, look at that. Retech just comes in from the blue room, shutting down Julio. Quite hard, actually. Now the bomb going down. Turtle will need to find his kill. He really has to find his kill on King Fluby. Oh, he finds Retech first because he doesn't look for Turtle. So let's switch over to King Fluby. He's very low. Will get shot down at last by Turtle. And finally, after quite a while, we see Bangbus taking a round. Round 5 only. And it's a 4-1 lead for Cashmere now, but this is not good for Bangbus unless they really want to start throwing early and push us to a third game. Who knows? Let's keep our eyes on Julio currently. Even though he's losing 4-1, he's going the best for Bangbus at this point. He's going 8-5. If you look at the scores, actually, the scores are not bad at all. The only thing that's really there is, yeah, Duke not being able to get the frags. We now also see him switch over to a rifle. No scope again for Bangbus. Yet again, with India being such a long-range map, usually you have 2 scopes there. Well, unless you have Sean, obviously, who goes 12-2. What will they be able to do? Players are still waiting, so let's move over to the one side where Raccoon wants to get a wallbang in before Tiny shuts down King Fluby first. Fluby already moved into the blue room before getting found out.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, look at that. Cashmere is ready to go to 2. Sean is still waiting in that corner. If Julio pushes out, Sean will fall for that. Turtle's not peeking either. Oh, look at that. Sean just comes in with his pistol. Can he find a set? No, he will get shot down by Tiny from the blue room. That was an important frag, but if Sean had known that Turtle was low as well, he could have gotten the 2K pistol there fairly easily. But looks like Bangbus finally woke up. Oh, that nade on Tiny is good. Raccoon now also knows where Turtle is. Can he get the pre-fire out on Turtle? Yes, he does. So it's still a possibility, but not if Duke comes in. Finally picks up the rifle, finally getting his frags, and does what he needs to do, which is to win a round. We're gonna go for the side change as we see Cashmere lead 4-2, and they're now on the preferred side even. Are they going to hold on to their map choice, or will they fall yet again? We see meanwhile Duke has picked up the scope again. Will he be able to contest Sean? Oh, look at that. He just misses a shot. Let's see if we can go over to Duke. Where is Duke? So we see King Fluby getting shot through the door a little bit. There is Duke. He's waiting for anyone to peek out, but I don't think anyone's going there. Bangbus is definitely taking their time. They really want to get their picks, and I think most importantly, they want to take down Sean before really moving in. Duke waits. Indeed, so far, not too much action is going on, so let's switch over to that double door hold with Vito together. Who's in a tunnel? There we are, King Fluby. But it is Sean finding the first frag onto Duke. Yet again, these important frags being made by him. Duke not winning those scope fights whatsoever. Also finding Tiny. Now Vito has to push out. Can he get frag with it? No, he will get shot down. Sean even finding more players. Sean seems to be unstoppable for now. Has 3 kills this round. Could even go for the ace. Finds Turtle. Is this gonna be the ace? Needs just 1 more. Oh, we see Julio push into 2. Finds retech. He's gonna move up. Will Sean get this kill? He has his pistol out already. But they know where the bomb is. Will this be the ace for Sean? Will be the first ace that we're gonna see this Spring League. If he only looks down now. Now he knows where Julio is. Is this gonna be the frag? Misses his shot. You still do it. He does! Ace for Sean, going 18 and 3. And Cashmere takes a lead. But look at that carry. This is just absolutely something. Look at that. 7.5 and 6 for retech going second. But Sean is 18 in 3. Oh, but now we will get shut down. Finally, Duke will find that frag. Yeah, for now, all of the work being done by Sean in 7 rounds, getting those 18 frags in. And that's definitely helping out a lot. But now this round should be one for Bangbus. They've got their scope down. So they'll need to be fast. Let's move over to the action at the loot box. As they try to move into 2 side. They know there's someone in the hard right corner. Julio's waiting for that before finding someone in the smoke. Back at the carriage. Tiny finds one. Julio has to move in, but will get shut down by retech. Will retech be able to get another frag even? Will Tiny finally shut him down? Tiny does! And round 8 goes to Bangbus. They want to hang in there, but they'll need to win a lot of rounds consecutively because, as we know, Cashmere only needs 2 more. They've got a monstrous amount of 6 rounds, I'm not saying that right, 5 rounds to work with, sorry for that. And yeah, out of those 5 rounds, they just need to win 2 on the preferred side. Immediately, Duke will be fighting with Sean yet again. Tries to see if he can spot him. He spots Sean. Can't get the frag. 3rd time then. No, still not. Duke really needs to get these shots landed. But we see that Sean has already moved away. Already dropped down. Good call by him. He's not going to contest that any longer. It's being thrown. Bangbus really wants to get into that 2 site. Even though it seems to be more or less of a fake. But yeah, as soon as they try to jump out that little box, Sean will catch them off guard as he's trying to go for the 20 bomb here. Yeah, we see Bangbus rotating on the minimap on the top left corner. So it looks like they'll be preparing for a 1 go, even though we have most likely King Fluby in the tunnel. We indeed do. Sean waits. We see that Tiny is pushing up fairly far up in the mid. With 1 minute left, not a single pick has been made yet. We should be able to find Tiny very shortly. No, he will be moving away. So let's move over to the push of Bangbus, at least. Which inevitably has to happen with 2 players defending the double doors, being Vito and King Fluby. Yeah, there they are. Turtle waits. They really have to move in now. They only have 30 seconds. It's gonna be a 2 push on the other hand. So let's move out to retech as the push will now commence. There we go. Bangbus wants to move in. But look at that. Raccoon gets that 3K spray down. And we'll shut down that push right away. As we see Tiny battling with Sean. We see Vito making the team kill on him even. And that might cost him the round even still. Tiny has 5 seconds to work with. Will not find a shot on retech. And with him rounding off that run, initiated by Raccoon, We see Cashmere taking yet another round, and this will most likely be it for the first map. A great 2-hold together from Raccoon and Retech. And Bangbus doesn't really seem to get through there whatsoever. And again, Sean finds an opening frag onto Turtle. It doesn't look like Bangbus is prepared for that at this point. Though Julio does fight back. So 44. Oh, look at that. Raccoon comes in from behind. Can you find the second player? So already took out Julio. Finds Tiny and's got bomb control. Is this going to be it already? He's going to be calling out to his players. Sean completes the 20 bomb now. And now it is all on Ron. Ron in a 1v4. Being pushed out from all angles, but we'll first find Raccoon. Has the C4 now. We'll push on. Spots one player. Won't push out too far. King Fluby catches him from behind. And 10 rounds is all it takes for Cashmere to secure it. And they win the first map of Airplane 7-3 over Bangbus. Quite a swift first game, as you could say, as we'll now be updating the scores. But yeah, this is what sometimes does happen even in these winner bracket finals. We see Cashmere starting off a little bit stronger. We of course do know that Bangbus is playing with one sub, which is why they're trying to stall it a little bit. But yeah, for now, usually Duke, when he came in, he has been doing an absolutely fine job as subbing. But at this point, he had to take on Sean as a scope, and I think out of those, I think he played 9 rounds as a scope, and I believe only one of them he was able to take Sean down. And yet that's really not a good record. That's definitely not how you want to hold on, and that's definitely one way to lose it. So in the meantime, let's prepare, as I'll be updating the scores in. It was 7-3 for Cashmere, so we have that right here. As we will be moving back to lobby, we will go to the EU server as well, where we will play the second map of India. So let's see if that map has been created yet. Doesn't look like it yet, so I'll have to wait a little bit. But we will be back very shortly with map 2 on India. Do not forget, if Cashmere also wins this second map, they will move on to the grand final straight away, and knocking Bangbus down to the loser brackets, where they will... Well, let's take a look at the loser brackets meanwhile, actually, to see who they are going to face there. We still have Fat Kids playing against Raccoons. The winner of that will play Celsia, and the winner of that will play against the loser of this game, either Bangbus or Cashmere. That's how the brackets currently look like. So let's see if the room is up meanwhile. I think we'll be able to at least switch the overlay so we can have that on screen. So now wait for, well, for myself, of course, to be invited into the game so we can get game 2 started on India. What you guys in the meantime might be interested about for the stream itself, we will be doing giveaways after each game that is being played tonight. In total, let me just check that out, I will have 6 keys, and I'm not really sure how many games we will catch, if that will be 3 or 4, but most likely will be 2 per game then, so we can go through them all. So for now, let's prepare. Still no room being made. Ah, there it is. There's the room. Alright. So let's get ready as we wait for everyone to come in. In the meantime, I'll also be updating the overlays a little bit as it comes to the roster, because we know that Julio changed his name a little bit. There's Ron. Not really sure who will be playing where. But we'll find that out very shortly, as this is indeed Bangbus's pick. That means that the guys from Cashmere will be able to choose their side. And as for the looks of it now, they'll be starting on the EU side just like the previous game. Although on India, EU side is not favored as much as on India. Obviously, India is a little bit more open, so that should be fine. So there we have everyone in. Still no sign of Duke. But yeah, the last time that we saw Turtle or Duke play, sorry for that, with Bangbus, that was also on India. We saw him pretty much get a 4K straight off the bat. So I do imagine Duke to be playing a lot better than we saw in the previous game. Maybe he has also switched up his guns a little bit. Who knows? So now just wait for the players to ready up. So we'll go over the stats once more then. We already did it before, we'll do it once again. We have King Fluby, Vito, Scavzen, aka Raccoon, Sean and Retech. And then we have for Bangbus, Rontaldi, Priscilla aka Duke, Goth being Turtle, Tiny, and Julio. And in the meantime as well, another shout out for Lackfry once more for subscribing to the channel. So yeah, for now, we will still be waiting. As said previously, not too much to talk about for now, apart from what we saw earlier on, obviously, on Airplane. That game ending in a 7-3 win for Cashmere. Pretty straightforward after that 4-0 lead that they started off with on attack. They're winning those first 4 rounds. And now, of course, that ace that we saw being made by Sean, putting up an extra notch and eventually ending with a 20.5 score, and I think he had like 7 or 8 deaths, rounding off with a 20 bomb thus in only 10 rounds, being very impressive. The sides meanwhile have changed, so it does look like, on the other hand, that Cashmere will want to start on the NRF side for now. I think they figured out at this point that as this is Bangbus's map, they really want to see how Bangbus will be playing on EU, because for now, well, the NRF side went fairly well on Airplane, especially with that hold that we saw by Raccoon, making that 3K spray down, going absolutely, yeah, absolutely crazy, really. And then Retech round that off, of course, with another 2K. So they will need to figure out if they're able to stop them there as well. We will see Sean most likely play in that 2 side, holding down the spiral, holding down the tunnel, and shutting down everyone there. But I think at this point, Bangbus will be more than prepared for that. You always see the scope there. So I really don't think that Sean will be able to get that many frags again in that little rounds like we saw on Airplane. Here we have the players coming back in, but yeah, we already saw Duke leaving the game, so I think that Bimbo King will be logging in the meantime. He should be home around now. So let's take a look. Yeah, Bimbo King has indeed gotten the login 1 minute ago, so he will be subbing out our friend Duke. So no scoping from Duke, unfortunately. I'll be updating the roster straight away. And then once again, we will see Bangbus with their main lineup of Ron, Bimbo, Julio, Turtle, and Tiny. We have seen before actually how much of an impact one sub can have on the Bangbus team play, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see a complete turnaround and see Bangbus win like 7-3, 7-4. But yeah, who's to say? I guess you guys in the chat can help me out with that. So once more, let us know, who do you think is going to win this second map? If you call Bangbus, shout out 1. And if you think that Cashmere is going to round it off here and move on to the grand finals, type 2. And there he is. There is Bimbo King, the 5th player on that Bangbus roster. Just getting back home in, and of course, eager to play here in the Winter Bracket Finals. They already know that they've got the first seed, but of course, they are still competing for a permanent weapon. And what they're most likely anticipating is that if they lose this game, they'll most likely face Celsia in the loser bracket finals. And if they lose that one, that means no perm gun for them. Although obviously they'll be going for the cup win. So we will see how that pans out in a bit. But first, these guys will need to ready up for it. And then we'll head in live. As said before yesterday, we'll head back to the motherland. We will go to India. Now I have pretty much everyone readied up. We're waiting for Vito, but that shouldn't take too long. And then we'll head in live with this next game. So there we are, everyone is readied up. Let's head into the game. This is game number 2, at least map 2 in these Winter Bracket Finals. We will see Bangbus start on EU with Ron, Tally, Turdo, Bimbo King, Tiny, and Julio. And on our side, we have Cashmere with King Fluby, Vito, Raccoon, Sean, and Retech. We saw the first map being won by Cashmere, which means that if Cashmere wins his second map on India as well, they'll take home the victory. And they'll move on to the grand finals later on today. If not, we'll go to a third and final map on Black Sun. So let's start off as we see Bangbus making their way into the pillow room, where 2 players from Cashmere are already waiting on the stairs. We see Bangbus being very anxious to push really quick. Look at that, the flash is coming out. Tiny not even waiting for it, but it doesn't matter as they shut down both of the defending players there. We still see King Fluby up in the vent, now getting found by Ron Tally. Julio waits. Oh, look at that. Sean immediately finds his frag and has the bomb down. He's in with pistol. Somebody's up here. Oh, he will get shot down by Turtle. Vito has already moved into the side though, and he will round off with a sweet 2k. Round 1 still going to Cashmere, but not really what we expected there. Once again, Bangbus wants to move onto the stairs. This time they will get shut down earlier because Raccoon and Retech will be once again holding them off. Bangbus still tries to push on. Shouldn't do that as Retech now gets the 3k, has bomb control. And it's now all up to Bimbo, who's already battling with someone in vent. He moves out. Retag will round off with a 4k. Will not even get a single hit bar of damage. And that's Cashmere going 2-0. Most interestingly as well, Tiny has picked up the para meanwhile. Let's see what Ron has. Ron still has the deep macro, so they're still playing serious. But the pressure is definitely on now. This is again not the start that Bangbus wants. And definitely not the start that they need. Oh, look at that Vito getting headshot there as he walked past Sean's aim. Pretty much getting caught up in the crossfire there. Smoke coming out. He wants to go with the bind. Don't catch anyone with it, but instead Julio will hit down quite a few hit points there. Health points, obviously. Changing magazine. Julio's still going to wait in the mid near that vent. As we see Sean already regrouping to check over the mid. Coon still waits on stairs 1. Nobody really going there, so let's move over to Turtle as he made his way up in the mid. Now passes over to see Sean there, but yeah, not the greatest timing there. Although, oh, Turtle does spot Retech there, but will not be able to get the frag as he shoots a little bit too soon. But I should know by now that there are at least 2 players in 3, possibly even 3. And if they realize that, they should go for a 1-go real quick. Although Bimbo will find Vito first. He moves in. Sean misses shot. Bimbo with the 2k frag. Has to be quick here, but he's gonna get pushed out by Retech. Actually not, as he gets the backup from Turtle. And as Ron finds King Fluby, we have it all up to Raccoon. We'll find one. Can he even find a second? We'll get shot down to 1 HP. But it's a 1v4 that he still has to take. And with the bomb going down on 2 sides, this round will go to Bangbus, or not yet. He also finds Turtle. 1v3. But all players apart from Bimbo are still full HP. Raccoon moves on. Here's Tiny. Spots Tiny. Even a little bit of lag coming out. But we'll not be able to find him. Players being surprised. A big lag spike indeed that was. But we see round 3 finally going to Bangbus. Bangbus will have to be quicker to close down that deficit. Because otherwise, they might be looking at a loss here. Let's keep an eye on Tiny. He is still playing with that para, I think. He still is. And he's waiting on those stairs for anyone to push out. Yeah, at this point, Bangbus just really stays put. They want to get their opening frags and then work something with it. So let's keep an eye on Sean as he actually tries to move up. Will he find Julio or Turtle in the mid there? If they push up too far, he will find them. Julio's looking at it though, so he cannot afford to miss a shot. There we go. Sean's gonna wait. Oh, he misses a shot. Now has to run away. You get the nade kill then instead. Does do some damage with it. But that miss could have cost him dearly. If he would have gotten that shot, Sean would have most likely pushed up. It could have gotten for a potential 3k. Sean still waits. So let's move over as we see Julio making his way to the stairs. They are very anxious to push on there. Or not. They're actually going to move away. Fire in the hole! Julio will just be functioning as a bait there. As we see Bangbus moving over to the 2 side with a C4 rotating. Pushing in mid or being made. Tiny's gonna help Ron. As Julio finds Raccoon, that could be an important pick because with him now having stairs control, Cashmere will think it's a 1. Although with the push now coming in, Sean comes in a little bit late. Bimbo finds him as Sean's not quick enough there. And this quick rotate really does seem to help out for Bangbus. The 4v2, 2 players from Cashmere still alive. They'll come in from the tunnel. Bimbo spots one. They try to come in. Ron will find both of the players. 3k for him this round, if I'm not mistaken. Round 4 goes to Bangbus. Bangbus closing down the gap. So let's keep an eye on Vito and see if he's playing with that Diamaco or the AK-12 Gorilla. We'll be playing with the Diamaco. Flash is coming out. But yeah, he will be still waiting up in the mid for anyone to push out. Sees the smoke now come in. With Sean already pushing up so far in the spiral, it will become apparent that Bangbus will have to go for one. Leo's gonna look around. But yeah, with Julio now moving up to clear the spiral, he will most likely walk right into Sean's aim. That's not good for him, because he will not expect Sean to be here at all. Oh, he actually does expect him there. It's a good call from him to check that. He's now coming in with a lot of pre-fires. But we'll eventually smoke it up. So I can move in here. Raccoon will find one on the stairs. He's not going to counter push him, so let's get an angle on this. Still 1 minute left as King Fluby shuts down Tiny. Raccoon wants to move in, sees nobody there, and will go back because indeed we see Bangbus going for yet another 2. Or Retech will have to hold him off. We'll get caught up by Julio. Or Pigs be me, but look at that. Raccoon again comes in, gets the 2k. Once again, it's a 1v2 for Ron, but look at that, he has moved over to one side. A huge fade coming out once again from Bangbus, and all Ron has to do is just hold back on range, where both of the players are a little bit tagged, with, of course, King Fluby being the high stack player. A lot of smoke coming out. Oh, he finds both of the smoke! Immediately Ron shuts them down. What a crazy tactic from Bangbus. But it works out fabulously, and what a 1v2 that was. Great job by Ron. And immediately shuts them down through the smoke even. Most players wouldn't even be able to take it down without it. At least not that fast. Oh, look at that, King Fluby pushes out through the vent real quick before returning as he finds the opening frag onto Turtle. We will see Vito shutting down Julio. He pre-fires a lot in mid. Knows that there's still someone in the spiral. Oh, look at that. Again, we see Retag making those frags. He's currently going 9 and 4 as he has pillar control. So at this point, Bangbus will need to fight back. They're actually just going to push in. Ron has almost no ammo left. Will need to reload. He's got no help whatsoever from his teammate Bimbo. So he will wait. Bimbo finds one. Has jumped down, finds Retech, but will not be able to find the third. Nice opportunity still for Bangbus, but they're going to lose that final round on attack. And thus, we will switch over with a 3-all score. Bangbus is also approaching this very carefully. Nobody is actually watching the mid, but then again, they don't have a scope. Playing with 4 rifles and 1 pointman. Tiny must be playing with a Remington. I mean, you pretty much just know it. There we go. Tiny's playing with a Remington. We're gonna see some shotgun action, guys. How we'll be able to hold on to the stairs. Look at that. He pushes out. Will not be able to find the frag, though. Oh, he does! He gets the 2k frag through the smoke, just like Ron did. Turns around to get them. And Bimbo's now rotating, but look at that. Retech has pushed up so far as he shuts down Julio. He will need to find a second. Does find a second onto Bimbo. But Ron now finally finding that kill, and it's a 2v2. King Fluby will want to push into 2. Raccoon's already rotating. Ron, I think, knows that they're going there. Or not. Ron's gonna check back. As soon as King Fluby moves in, they really expect this to be a 1, but 2 side has now been taken. Fluby waits. I see Ron already moving in from the spiral. This is a really good call. Oh, it's Tiny. Yeah, Tiny and Ron both coming in from behind. Ron immediately finding them, so let's move over to Fluby, as he will need to get those frags. Flash coming in. Should realize by now that both players are coming behind, so he needs to get this first shot. If he doesn't land it, they'll most likely lose it, unless Raccoon can go huge here. Fluby checks the tunnel again. They don't know where Bangbus is coming from, and that's the disastrous part, but we'll find Ron. Can he find the second two? Tiny's already in though! Oh, he gets the 2k! Tiny rounds off with a 2k, a 1v2, before already getting the 2k earlier on this round. 2 highlights for him this round. And he will secure it for Bangbus, very importantly. Yeah, there we go. The highlights keep flowing in. The first map, we didn't have anything yet, and yet in this second map, we've already known it down 3. And yeah, for now, as the people in chat are also saying how well it was faring for Sean in map 1. It's exactly how bad it's faring in map 2. Currently going 1 in 5 after those 7 rounds. Has already switched over to the AK-12, hoping for him that this will go a little bit better. He's coming out with a nade. That nade is actually going right over to the scope. Bimbo. Oh, Bimbo is scoping. What? Never even realized that Bimbo was scoping. Apart from that position, totally being a scoping spot. As you see Julio now getting the first kill onto King Fluby. He is holding it down there, possibly with Ron. Yeah, indeed. There it is. Going back, look at that, the push is coming out over at one side. Raccoon and Retech will find the kills, but Bimbo King fights back. He finds one. Sean then, oh look at that, Sean gets the 2k on both Bimbo and Ron, but Julio has already come into the side. It's a 1v1 situation again. Quite some chaos coming in there, not really sure where all the players were. And now we hear Vito rotating over the 2 side. Julio has already realized this most likely, but he is not running yet. Vito's gonna get the bomb down.
Charge set.
Oh, Julio now moves in. He has a lot of time to work with. Should reload even. He's already moved in. Will he spot Vito first? Oh, can he get the kill? Needs to get the kill, but has to reload already. Pistol coming out. He will not have any chance there. Quite a disastrous attempt even to try this. You go into a site with only half of your bullets. You should have reloaded from the start. You would have gotten a chance. But this is, yeah, he lives up to his name, I guess. I think that's fair to say. But it's definitely not helping Bangbus, because Cashmere now comes back into the game to a 4-0 score. And they need to be quick. We see Retech wait. Let's keep an eye on him, because he's currently the highest fragger for Cashmere. Look at that, 14.0 damage. Though Bimbo has picked up rifle again. Retech comes in from the vent. Tiny finds one. Can he find more? No, he will get shut down by Retech. Actually does get the 2k. And Julio will round off. Bangbus still hangs in there, but look at that. We have 4 players mainly doing most of the work there. We see Turtle a little bit slacking up in there behind. Sean has picked up the scope again on the side of Cashmere. We of course have Bangbus now leading. Will we go to a 3rd and final map? For now, we have good hopes that this is possible. Unless Cashmere has other plans. Especially with Julio. Look at that, a 2k as they push up in spiral. They've got bomb control. And this could be the round where Bangbus secures it, unless Raccoon has something to say about it. Gets knocked down to 1 HP before finding Turtle. There is Retech again though. He will move up. Has to get this pick on Julio if they still want to win it. Oh, it doesn't get it. Julio hangs in there. Makes the 3k this round. Bimbo King comes in for help. And now it's all on Raccoon, who is very, very lit. I think we need a magnifying glass to see how much HP he has. That is literally 1 HP, or half if you want to call it. Yeah, this is pretty much the mission impossible for him. As soon as he peeks out, we'll get found. Bangbus is even playing long range now. They don't know that he's lit. Oh, but he's just gonna walk in that nade. Julio rounds up with a 4K. A little bit of a lucky one, you could say. It doesn't matter much. Bangbus gets a 6-4 lead. And they are one round away from pushing it to a third and final map on Black Sand. Let's see when Cashmere will finally decide to do a little bit of a quicker push. I mean, at this rate, with flashes coming out, they should take the 1 stairs fairly quick. But instead, oh, look at that. King Fluby just pushed out a lot of lag coming in there before we see Turtle getting the frag. Very unfortunate for them. Even King Fluby, indeed, he's very confused. It's indeed the server, as the players are saying, although the pings don't really seem to spike as much. But it is going to help Cashmere because it's 4v3 in their favor. And we see them rotate over the 2 side. Julio's the only one defending it still. But, look at that. We see Turtle pushing all the way up. Not really sure where Bimbo is playing at. But they should know at this point that they're heading here to 1 side. Oh, to 2 side, my bad. Julio's getting flashed down now. Comes out with a lot of pre-fires. Again, a little bit of lag coming in before Raccoon will find his frag. But there, Bimbo comes in. He finds 2. Will not be able to find a 3rd. Sean rounds off with a pistol. But with a lot of lag coming in, we see Cashmere winning it. So let's keep an eye on the player's day. Cashmere really wants to do a similar thing like last round. So they're going to come out with a nade. This nade from Turtle might actually be dead on, but will miss its target. He's still going to be there. He will see absolutely nothing here. Will get caught off through the smoke even. Now quick rotate has to come in from Bangbus. We still see Tiny on side before Vito finds him. Fluby runs away just in time. And Vito already having a 3K this round. Now looks back. Julio wants to come in. No chance for him. We're going to his 13th and final round. As we see Cashmere bringing it back, mainly with retech though, because look at that, he's going 17 and 10, 20.5 damage. Going massive for his team. But yeah, 6-all. This round will determine it all. Are we going to a third and final map, or will Cashmere win these winner bracket finals 2-0 over Bangbus and pretty much upset them? It's not really what we expected here. Most people would really expect Bangbus to even win the qualifier. But at this point, it doesn't even seem anywhere near it. Although, of course, the day is still young. So let's see if Sean can go massive this round again, just like he did on Airplane. He will be looking to push up in the mid. He's doing that now. Getting back up from retech. Covering both angles. Retech will need to find Tiny. Oh, Sean pushes up a little bit too far. They regroup, or retreat a little bit there. Looks like Cashmere is really prepared to go to 2. Or not even. A lot of smoke's coming out at 1. Turtle finds 1. They're gathering up on the vent. But look where Tiny is playing at. Tiny can immediately push into 1 if they call out that it's gonna be a 1. And at this point it definitely looks like it. As we still see retech moving up there. But look at that, Bimbo gets a smoke shot onto Sean. That could be huge because the scope is now down. But retech, he wants to come in from the base. Fights now with Ron. But at this point, Cashmere will need to push if they still want to win this round. But Bimbo King will find 1. Jumps up to vent to get the 2nd. What a 3K for him this round. Is this going to be the 20 bomb for Bimbo? Might still be. Let's move back to Bimbo. And he does! 20 bomb for Bimbo. 4K this final round. We're going to map 3 as Bangbus wins 7-6. The games keep getting intense, but yeah, I think we had the people in the chat explain this very carefully already. This is what you call the so-called Bimbo effect. No Bimbo King, Bangbus gets pretty much stomped 7-3. Bimbo King returns. Bangbus wins 7-6. It is enough for them, so we will go to a third and final map. We just saw it. Map 1, as we said before, 7-3 on Airplane for Cashmere. Map 2 going 7-6 to Bangbus on India on the EU server. So now we're heading back to the NA server, if correct, to play the third and final map of Black Sand. And with the players leaving, I think they're preparing for it. So here we are. Players already asking what server we go to. Tiny doesn't mind now. And we're going to the NA server. Alright. So move back out. This is going to be the final game, at least in the winner bracket finals for tonight. It's definitely been quite an evening already. Evening's still so young. It's currently 8:20 in the evening, so we'll definitely get close to the midnight range. In the meantime, let's get an eye on the loser brackets, because I believe that Raccoons have defeated the Fat Kids, which means that they will be playing against Celsia. Let's see if they have started in the meantime. It will be a best of one that they are playing on Black Sand, with Bloom now indeed logging in just a minute ago. They will be getting started as well. So, as soon as we're done here, they will be done as well. It looks like we can just get into this room. It's not the same password though, so I'll have to find that out. There we are. So, what has become apparent already is, well, we know that the team that loses this will be knocked over to the loser brackets. In the loser bracket finals, they will either face Celsia or Raccoons. So for people who are wondering who the hell are they playing with, let me give you the rosters. Celsia tonight is playing with Doloprin, Cyphus, Timmy, Taz, and Chuck. Chuck, we of course know, yeah, Chuck from Siren, obviously. And then we have Raccoons with Exigans, Hawk, Ronex, Rocky, Kinyo, and Bloom. So that's one player different than yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so we're still waiting for that final player to join. That will be Raccoon. He said he was re-logging. And as soon as he gets in, we'll be able to get this final game underway. We see already 2 appointments on Bangbus' end though, as they will be starting on NRF. So I think in the first round we will definitely see some generator pushes being made. How will that end out? In the meantime, I'll check if I have missed anything. So let's take a look on the wirelocks and see if Raccoon is relogging already. He has relogged 2 minutes ago, so he should be tuning in any minute. And then we'll be prepared. The Gallo Raptor, will that be allowed? As if I'm not mistaken, that will be a red ticket gun and thus will not be allowed. Let me just check that real quick. Or is the Gallo Raptor only in Last Man Standing? I'm not sure now. It's not in this list. But the Raptor was indeed a last man standing reward, and no, that's not allowed. So we have some discussion going on about which guns are allowed. For people wondering why the Freedom guns are not allowed, let me just check if I have that PGM Freedom, because I believe it's a PGM Freedom only which has +1 ammo, and to avoid any confusion, yeah, there it is. It has 6 magazine capacity, which is 1 more than the regular PGM, and with 1 out of these 3 guns having better stats, we chose to ban the entire series to at least make it more straightforward for everyone. Not really sure what Bangbus is doing currently, as not all the players are in the room anymore. So let's see if we can find out anything based on the wire logs. Nope, no relog has come in, so there they are indeed. As soon as Ron and a Raccoon will ready up, we will get this started. This will be the third and final game of these Winner Racket Finals, as said. And this will be played out on Black Sand on the NA server. And we will have Cashmere on EU with Retech, Vito, King Fluby, Raccoon, and Sean. And then on NRF, it is Bangbus. Hop aboard the bus, guys. It's Ron, Bimbo, Julio, Turtle, and Tiny. So you can see the first results were on map 1, Cashmere defeated Bangbus 7-3. And on the second map on India, we saw Bangbus clinch the win, but only barely 7-6. And now we head in for the final game of tonight. The dots have not been updated yet. Actually, see that now. Hopefully I can still do that. So I have to be in time. Let's hope we don't crash. That'll be awkward. We don't. That's good. We just update those scores real quick before we start. And we are back just in time to catch what is going on. Look at that generator push. 4 players from Bangbus are here, and there are shotguns. There are many shotguns, but it will be Julio still getting the 2K. Ron now has to make sure that nobody gets through as he finds King Fluby. Tiny in the meantime also got some frags in, and now Sean finds himself in a 1v2. 7 players have been annihilated in the generator. That's quite a way to start off. Sean now is taking his time, slowly but surely. You wait for anyone to push up. If they push up too far here, they could throw away the round. Oh, but Ron still pushes up. This could be it. Bimbo is still watching up from the vent, but Sean still has a lot of time to work with. But Bimbo will now spot him. Or will Sean get the frag onto him? Most likely not. Bimbo did spot him. That's good. He will not be making any noise. Look at that. Sean has already made his way up towards the base. Looking right where Bimbo will be coming at and gets the frag. 1v2 for Sean. 3k in total this round. And round 1 goes to Cashmere. The shotgun mayhem did not work out, even though I think we saw 2 players with that Remington. And Julio then giving backup. 4 players again from Bangbus pushing the generator. Nobody there this time, so they will retreat. With Cashmere taking their time, they haven't really figured out that Bangbus will be doing this all over. But instead, they will try to make their way up in the generator now. At least, they're keeping it open. For now, they're really trying to find out, where are we going to get the picks? Where should we go to? And as soon as time passes by, we will figure out where they eventually will be going to. No, now push in. Look at that. Tiny gets a 2k frag as he shuts down Fluby and Retech. Vito will now finally find him, so they have control of the generator, but they will already be getting countered here. I think it was by Julio. It was Ron, my bad. Players on either ends of the generator. There's no way for Raccoon to really move out there and get the frag on Ron. Let's go the turtle. Look at that. He is watching up as Bimbo finds Sean on the other side of the map. Ron gets Raccoon. Once again, so 1v clutch situation. Last round, we saw Sean make perfect use of that. Oh, look at that. Vito wants to troll Bimbo, but Julio gives him back up. It is 1-all again, and Bangbus will not throw this one away. Meanwhile, the carnage resumes in the generator as Sean really wants to get his frag there. Now sees 3 players coming up there before getting caught up in the air. But look at that, King Fluby gets that 3k out of nowhere really, and now finding himself in a 1v1. He will need to find Sean's scope, gets that. I will now be battling Bimbo King. King Fluby is fairly low though, only 15 HP. Will he be able to do it? Bimbo's still waiting over at 2 side. Fluby wants to make his way up to 1. Bimbo King will still be waiting there, but he is now trying to check that generator. We'll find out that Fluby is not there, but yeah, he already has 1 side control. He will now get the bomb down. Bimbo will hear that in a bit, but the good thing for Bimbo, actually not, he just threw that away. He's gonna come from base, and Fluby will be watching that. He's in a perfect position to get that clutch. This would be a 4k for him. Nade coming out. That nade is almost deadly, but he will still find the kill on Bimbo. Should have come from the mids. He had the opportunity though. And with that 4k from King Fluby, he will grant Cashmere the lead again. It is 2-1 on yet again an NRF-sided map. Again, Bangbus will be pushing the generator. How will this work out this time? Sean finds Julio. The team kill being made by Turtle, forcing Bangbus to retreat with a disastrous hold in the generator as they get completely annihilated. Look at that, 21 seconds it took for Cashmere to win that. And pretty much all started off as Julio got caught off by Sean, and now of course Turtle making a team kill on Tiny. That's the thing if you're playing with a shotgun. Look at that, Tiny doesn't even dare to go there again. And yet they now give up on generator. Look at that. Cashmere is picking up the pace. They want to win this desperately. But this time the hold seems a little bit better for Bangbus as they shot 2 players down. Julio waits. Meanwhile, the action goes on at one side where Bimbo will find Retex. Now a 2v4 as Raccoon and Sean are waiting at 2. Let's move over to Sean because he will have to get those picks. Oh, look at that. Immediately getting headshot. Is now 1 HP as he retreats. Now it's up to Fluby to do something. Unless Sean and Tiny will meet up first. Oh, look at that. Sean actually finds Tiny there. Pretty much the pixel spot as it would have been. Oh, but King Fluby just got on side. Ron is not defending it. He will not finally get the kill. But he will give Sean that extra information. He should know that Bimbo is still over at 1. So if he shuts down Bimbo, he can just easily rotate over to 1. Yeah, Bimbo has to go up. This is good. He will catch Sean there. In a bit, he finds Sean. Gets the headshot. And that round is something that Bangbus really needs. They need to even up the scores here. Because as I said, this is an NRF-sided map. They've pretty much given away 1 round too many already. So if they lose this one, they are in a very, very tough situation to still win it. And maybe we'll see the throw bus being at it again. Or are we going to see the Bimbo effect return? Who knows? Let's keep an eye on the guys from Cashmere as they try to make their way up to 2. Fido will be looking at the office. We'll meet up with Tiny very shortly as he's playing still with a para. No scopes yet again on Bangbus' end. Oh, Sean immediately finds Turtle there, close range with that shotgun. Turtle not being able to get the frag even though he got damage. Oh, Ron does make the return frag on Vito. Fluby's already inside though. Let's go to him. Oh, he shuts down Ron. I'm going for a reload. Cashmere has side control, especially now as Sean finds Tiny. Julio will have to fight back. Raccoon gets him. It's a 1v3 for Bimbo. 2 players are fairly tagged though, so it's still possible. He finds one. C4 down. Oh, both of the players are actually tagged, so this could be a prime opportunity for Bimbo to get it. Oh, he just doesn't get it. Retech is so low, but no 1v3 for Bimbo. That gets denied. And Cashmere will have the fortitude lead for moving to the NR side. This is really key for Bangbus now to make something work, because this is almost the worst possible position you could be in. Well, they have 2 rounds, so it could be worse, but I'm not sure if they'll still be able to come back from this. It would be one hell of a comeback if they do, but they'll have to rise above themselves. They want to. So in the meantime, keep an eye on who shall we spectate this time. We'll keep our eyes on King Fluby, as he might be meeting up with someone in the office real quick. And Fluby still waits. You see Tiny opening up that door, so Fluby will check that out real quick. Sees nobody there. Bimbo is behind that door. And he comes in with a little bit of pre-fires, trying to shake up the enemy, but it's actually going to be a 1 for now as the bomb is there. He now goes with the wall bang. He will find Bimbo with it. They do a little bit of damage to each other. Let's see how much HP Bimbo still has. Oh, he's actually fairly low. So we now will see Bangbus prepare to go to 1. A minute and 30 has already passed. We'll be heading to the end of this 7th round now. He opens up again. It's King Fluby. Wants to get the pick but can't really get it. Sean is still over at 2 side where he expects the push to happen. Well, it's a good split coming out from Bangbus. Now we're gonna watch the mid. Will not find the frag. Bimbo gets Sean down. This could be important. It's still Raccoon being up there. No, it will be Ron getting 2 kills over at 2 side. And it will shut them all down. No Rex being called out. Vito is actually lagging quite severely at this point with 263 ping. But yeah, as Cashmere has been fairly solid with not calling out the ping spikes from Bimbo, we see Bangbus doing the same there. That's the mutual respect that these teams do have for each other. And that's good to see. Sean now waits, sees nades come in. will have to return. He needs to go huge again, really, if they want to win it still. We do see Bangbus coming up close. But they are definitely taking their time in this game. Sluby's up in the generator. Leo jumps around in gen. They're still waiting to get anything started. But look at that. Ron is now pushing up on the stairs. One will meet up with Raccoon. Shuts him down with that X95R. Also having that shotgun. Throws in some smokes. They will want to secure the site. But Tiny still has to get on there. Although we see King Fluby shutting down Turtle. So this might be the rotate call coming in for Bangbus. Bimbo finds the kill on Retake though. Who just shut down Julio before. And 2-side is actually open. It is Cashmere again being confused to what Bangbus is doing. But with Tiny now shutting down Vito, it's become apparent where they're heading to. Sean will not get the frag yet. He's pushing up from behind though. Let's go over to him. He has picked up that AK-47 from Retech, but will not get the kill on Bimbo. So it's up to Fluby again. Will not do it. Bimbo rounds off for the 3K. And Bangbus gets it back in. It is now 4-all. And from that deficit, there's nothing to be found. And we have a game at our hands. Are we going to go to a 13th and final round again? It could very well happen. So we are now going to see a generator contest, which is being executed perfectly by Cashmere. They're throwing everyone in though, and Tiny is alone at 1v2. He's fairly low. Fluby and Vito still alive. We're now going to try to push in. They are on both angles, so Tiny really has to watch out. Spots Fluby as he runs away. He's gonna go and set the bomb up on 1 because he knows both players are there. He's already thrown the nade. Not sure what that nade was for, because it will not catch anyone. It will instead allow Fluby to get the frag. Oh no! Tiny gets the frag on Fluby as he looks the wrong way. Tiny peeks again. Can he get the frag? No! Vito will find him still. But that lag might have had an impact on that, as Tiny could not land his shots. Round 9 goes to Cashmere. But yeah, it was pretty much won already at that generator hold. Although Tiny made it very interesting in the end. They're gonna try and do it again, but they're not fast enough this time, so Sean's immediately lit. Will still find the frag on Julio. So it doesn't matter much still. Let's keep an eye on the players as they move around. So far, one player has been shot on, but look at that. Turtle again being on the bottom of that team. 2-7 currently. This is pretty much why Bangbus hasn't been able to get too close to Cashmere yet, even though the scores are 5-4. It could have been up so much higher if he'd been doing a little bit better. Yeah, on the other hand, yeah, we see Retech now jump out for Cashmere, even though his damage is exactly the same as Raccoon. Yeah, look at the damage from Bangbus. Everyone's above 10 apart from Turtle, and that's quite something here. Teams are definitely taking it slow. Nobody really wants to make a mistake here. Bangbus knows that if they lose this one, it will be a tough one. But with Sean missing his shot, he will land it. Tiny gets him down. Raccoon fights back on Ron. But what can Turtle do with that Remington? He cannot switch to a gun. Because yeah, with that MP5 Dr. Steam, you obviously can't play. But he might catch Vito off guard in the base. Oh no, Vito will walk back at the perfect moment. With Bimbo finding Retech up on 2. 2 pushes up for grabs. God finds 1. Turtle will need to find so many more kills. Look at that, Vito comes out with that pre-fire, immediately a headshot in. It's a 2v2. This round Bangbus will really need to win, otherwise Cashmere's pretty much got it. Bimbo has to watch 2 angles. Finds Vito. Knows there's someone up in front. Pistols out. No, he's gonna reload. Tiny will need to give him backup. This is a great crossfire setup. Bimbo still gets the headshot. And Bangbus lives yet another round. It is 5-all. Are they gonna give it away again? The last time actually that I saw Bangbus playing this was in the 5th map of the Grand Finals against Raccoons. They lost it. 7-5 there. Will that happen again? Or will they move to the grand final straight away? We see Tiny with the frags. That is 2. You'll need to push on here and get more. Gets the third. Oh, this annihilation. Tiny just completely shuts them down. 20 seconds is all it took for Bangbus to win it, and they are on game point. And do not forget, they're on the least favored side. Defense a little bit easier. They were losing 4-2, and they're now leading 6-5. So it's yet again another highlight. We will see how this round 12 pans out. Are we going to see another 13th and final round? It is definitely very, very close here. We keep our eyes on Turtle as he's gonna walk back now. But yeah, again, Bangbus will be taking their time. But so far, it really seems what separates them from Cashmere is their tactics. It's not really like any of them really is that much of better aim. Well, apart from Bimbo, he's been getting a lot of headshots in. But the thing that separates them is a little bit the strats. You saw with these fake pushes that they did, we saw it on India, and we also saw it now with how Ron snuck into that 2 side before. It are these tactics. They confuse Cashmere so hard that Cashmere's like, we don't know if we can rotate, even though the push is happening at 2. Normally when a team pushes, the team knows, okay, they're pushing there, we need to rotate. Oh, that nade! The nade's gonna be the opener for this round, and that's gonna help Bangbus. But if we go back to the story, the thing that Bangbus does very well is they make sure that Cashmere's like, we don't know where you guys are going. Where with other teams, as I said, 2 push happening, okay, we know it's a 2 push, we go there. Bangbus doing a 2 push, and Cashmere's still like, are they going 1? Are they going 2? We don't know. We don't rotate yet. And that's really what separates them. And now we're going to see the full 2 push happening. This time it will be anticipated. Ron is inside. Retech is still on the backstairs. He will not be giving them any cover. And that might cost him. It's a 4v2 in Bangbus' favor. Let's watch Retech as he comes in from the back. Sean is still up. Well, Sean is now down. It's all up to Retech. He will only find 1. Bangbus comes back from 4-2, wins it 7-5, and they will be our first team in the grand finals. Let's take a look at the